In the small town of Willowbrook, nestled between rolling hills and quiet meadows, lived two lifelong friends named Sarah and James. They had been inseparable since childhood, their friendship weathering the storms of adolescence, the uncertainties of youth, and the challenges of adulthood. Now, in their 50s, they found themselves standing at the crossroads of life, where the familiar paths of friendship and something more began to converge. Sarah, with her warm hazel eyes and auburn hair that carried the traces of silver, owned the local bookstore. She found solace in the written word, and her store became a haven for those seeking refuge from the hurried pace of the world outside. James, a rugged man with laugh lines etched on his face, was the owner of the town's mechanic shop. His hands, once calloused from years of fixing cars and motorcycles, now carried the gentleness of experience. Their routine consisted of shared dinners, Sunday hikes through the woods, and laughter echoing through the town's cozy cafes. The townsfolk had always assumed they were a couple, but Sarah and James never saw each other in that light. They were family, bound by a friendship that transcended time. One crisp autumn evening, as the leaves painted the town in hues of gold and red, something shifted. Sarah and James found themselves at their favorite spot, a hidden clearing in the woods. The air was filled with the scent of pine and the distant murmur of a nearby stream. They sat on a weathered log, sharing stories of the past, present, and dreams for the future. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the clearing, James looked at Sarah. There was a softness in his gaze, a vulnerability that hadn't been there before. Sarah, sensing the shift, felt her heart quicken. "Sarah," James began, his voice a whisper carried by the rustle of leaves. "Do you ever wonder what it would be like if we were more than just friends?" Sarah turned to him, her eyes searching his face for meaning. The question lingered in the air, pregnant with possibilities. A pause stretched between them, as if time itself held its breath. I never thought about it," Sarah admitted, her voice as fragile as the autumn leaves underfoot. James nodded, a half smile playing on his lips. "Me neither, until lately. But here we are, all these years later, and I can't help but wonder if there's something more waiting for us." The revelation hung in the air, and a gentle breeze rustled the leaves, carrying with it the weight of unspoken feelings. Sarah felt a warmth spread through her, a realization dawning. Could it be that the love they had sought in other places was right here, in the friend who had stood by her through thick and thin? Days turned into weeks, and their friendship evolved into something new, something tender and uncharted. It was a dance of emotions, a slow waltz that they had never anticipated. They navigated the transition with a delicate balance, careful not to disturb the foundation of their connection. One evening, as the first snowflakes danced from the sky, Sarah and James found themselves at a crossroads once more. This time, it was a crossroads of the heart. "I never thought I'd be so lucky to find love twice in one lifetime," James confessed, his breath visible in the frosty air. Sarah, her cheeks flushed from the cold, smiled. "It's funny, isn't it? We spent a lifetime searching for love, only to discover it had been right in front of us all along." Their hands found each other, fingers entwining like the roots of the ancient trees surrounding them. The snow continued to fall, covering the world in a soft, white blanket. In that moment, time seemed to stand still, and the two friends turned. Lovers embraced the beauty of the unexpected. As the years unfolded, Sarah and James continued to write the story of their love. The town of Willowbrook witnessed a transformation. A friendship that had weathered the seasons of life, now blossoming into a love that was as enduring as the mountains that cradled the town. And so, in the quiet corners of the bookstore and the humming space of the mechanic shop, the tale of Sarah and James continued, a testament to the idea that sometimes the most profound love can be found in the friend who has walked with you through a lifetime of moments, both ordinary and extraordinary.